welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, then a big huge welcome to you. I moved! Oh, I've moved to settings again, but hopefully this will be the very last time. I'm back to originally where I was before, but the reason why I moved is because that I'm doing a little bit of TLC and DIY in my bedroom at the moment, and it's gonna happen just in a few bits and odds days, but I need to get a move on. But this bit's tiny though, so that's alright. That's okay for filming. Today I want to talk about childminding, and some of you may be confused and probably wondering, Saz, why are you doing a video about childminding? Are you a childminder? Do you work with children? Well, yes, I do work with children, but only voluntarily. But I have had experience of being with a childminder when I was younger, and in the case of a child on the autistic spectrum, I thought I would just sit down and just talk about my own experiences and how it has benefited me into adulthood and how it managed to bring my confidence up because of my autism. The reason why I went to a childminder is because that my parents were working non-stop. I would go to a childminder between 3 and 4 days a week, sometimes 5, but it's normally in the school holidays. Sometimes I get babysitted by my auntie before my mum comes to work so I can spend time with my cousins, but for the main majority I just went to my childminder. I can remember my childminder to be really open and friendly. My childminder had 4 children, the youngest was around my age, so we absolutely did everything together, but I wasn't really alone, as sometimes I would be around 2 or 3 other children, sometimes toddlers or sometimes children who were a little bit older, so about 11, 12. But out of everybody, I was the only child on the autistic spectrum to come to their house. And it was pretty strange really, but it gave me a sense of relaxation and just enjoying the moment without me being worried about my autism, without me being worried about fitting in, because I can just do whatever I want. And also I get to have a majority of time to have a conversation with different family members, to engage everybody, and just to be happy until I get collected to go home. Although some of the memories are just a little bit faded away from what they're used to, I can remember certain things because there were times where my childminder's children were absolutely engaged with the other children, especially the youngest daughter. Now, she had a very positive effect on my life, and she really engaged me to do other things. And the one thing, well, 2 things she absolutely tried to engage with me was playing PC games, and the one PC game that I can remember playing was the Harry Potter Philosopher's Stone computer game, and it was really lovely. Well, I should have said CD-ROM because that was called back then, but it was a really wonderful time and I just really enjoyed myself. But there was one thing that I really didn't like, and it was maths. Maths, so boring a subject. Well, in my perspective. Even though I dreaded the subject, my childminder's daughter absolutely tried to engage with me. She understood my autism and she knew that I was struggling to get my confidence up with maths. And even though I was a bit higgledy-piggledy at times, I felt very happy. There was no pressure, I took my own time, and it was completely okay. And then there were other times where my childminder absolutely got involved. And one of the things that she included was taking all of the children out to our local parks in the spring, summer, maybe autumn time, but it just depends on the weather. And then there were a few times, especially when I was a little bit older, they adopted a dog, and I have to say though, how many times did we actually walk the dog? Well, probably about 2 to 3 days a week. Mostly when I come round, she and me will take the dog for a walk, either around the block or one of the near local parks. And at that time, before they had a dog, I was terrified. But my confidence grew up when I actually interacted with the dog, because my childminder allowed me to actually cuddle him, give him treats, praise him for doing tricks, and also sometimes holding the lead for him. And that was when I started being okay around dogs, and that calming down experience led me to having dogs of my own. I stopped going to my childminder when I was about 11, so just before I started secondary school. I think in one way I was getting a bit too old, but that wasn't the main reason why, because the main reason why I stopped going was because the whole entire family were moving away abroad to New Zealand. And I have to say though, even though it was really, really sad to say goodbye to them, I found that these experiences had a very, very positive impact on my life for someone who's on the autistic spectrum. For me, there were a lot of benefits, and it led me into positive things when I grew up into adult. And through my experiences of being a childminder, I have learned to grow confidence being around children in my own family, such as my nephews and nieces. Outside the house, I have workshopped and worked with children between the ages of 5 and 12, and my goodness me, that was a brilliant experience. I still volunteer with children to this very day, and I have to say though, that has made a lot of difference in my life. And looking back on my experiences now when I went to my childminders, I have to say though, I have to thank my childminder and her family for giving me that confidence to actually help me work with children into early adulthood. And I think it's fair to say that it has been a very positive experience. If you are considering having a childminder in your child's life, I seriously recommend it. And if a childminder understands your children's needs, especially if the child is on the autistic spectrum, that's another bonus. And the more chances that the childminder will understand the autism and include the child, the better chance that the child will feel comfortable in the environment and their social skills will dramatically climb. And that could lead to a positive and brighter future for the child. And this is something that they'll take away for a wonderful experience, and there will be people who they won't forget, because trust me, it will be seriously worth every smiling face and special moment. And with that, I'm going to be drawing this video to a close. I know I've been rambling on for about nearly 20 minutes, but I don't know how long editing says is going to cut things down, but hopefully that will be okay. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I hope it gave you a little bit of an insight to childminding. And that's all I can really say, to be honest, because I've got to do a bit of cleaning up in my room, which I keep meaning to do, but I don't. So I'm going to probably just get on with these things and then just see how we go. So until then guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and if you would like to do so, then please like this video, and if you want to, you don't have to do so, but if you want to, feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for future videos like this one. And if you had experiences taking them to a childminder, what are your thoughts? Are they positive? Are they negative? Do you recommend other parents for trying them out? Let me know in the comments section down below. I would really love to hear your thoughts, opinions and stories on this subject. And until then guys, have a wonderful day, and remember to keep on dreaming and never stop believing. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.